Hello, and welcome to Real Estate in a Minute. I'm Judge Mueller of Century 21 SGR. Today's topic, 5 common contingencies when buying a home. It's vital to understand a few things, though, before I dive into this. First and foremost, you'll see the words earnest money and contingencies on the contract. Earnest money is a paid up front as a show of good faith when you make an offer on a home. It's held by an escrow company until the sale is finalized or it falls through. A contingency, on the other hand, is a condition added to a purchase offer. If that condition isn't met, the buyer keeps the earnest money if they walk away. Keep in mind, though, with the following 5 contingencies. In a seller's market, you may not want to have too many contingencies here, and you don't want to go overboard with your contingencies either. The first most common is the appraisal. This contingency means the offer depends on a satisfactory appraisal of the property. If the appraiser decides the value of the home is much lower than the sale price, the buyer can renegotiate or walk away. Second contingency is financing. This contingency gives the buyer time to secure a home loan. They may be pre-approved, but they still need to get all the funding. It protects them if, in the event, they cannot find a lender or do not qualify for the amount they need. This is why it's important to get pre-approved. Third, home sale contingency. If a buyer needs to sell their current home, this contingency gives them time to do so. If they cannot sell their home in the time, they get the earnest money back, and the contingency is no longer in use. Fourth contingency is the inspection, and I recommend everybody getting one of these, regardless if you're buying a home as is or not. If the home inspection reveals any problems, this contingency gives the buyer a chance to negotiate repairs with the seller. And if agreement cannot be reached, the buyer can walk away. But be honest, be thoughtful in what you're asking for with the inspection and what it turns up. And the final contingency is title. This contingency protects the buyer if any problems arise during the title search. Highly recommend a lawyer to do this for you. Common problems include contested ownership or another person's debts needs to be paid. You can have a lien on the property, whatever it may be. But kind of keep those things in mind. Those are the 5 contingencies that most contracts have. Not all, but most do. And just be thorough, honest, and don't go overboard with what your contingencies are. And that's Real Estate in a Minute. Please feel free to reach out with any questions.